All right, everybody. I hope y'all read the title. You know, a lot of people have been talking about recession. Okay, what exactly is a recession? Then if you know what a recession affects you, are you prepared for it? Okay, those are the questions. So that's what we're going to talk about. Plug my phone into my little thing here so I can talk to y'all without having to without having to do a whole lot. There we go. Now that's better. I can talk to y'all now and see what's going on. All right. Look, a lot of people have been talking about this thing called a recession. Do you all even know what a recession is? I can't even see my little thing here. See if y'all are talking to me or not. All right, there we go. All right. So exactly what is a recession? A lot of people have been talking about it, and a lot of people, it's been all over the news. Y'all heard that phrase being thrown around. But how does a recession actually affect you? Okay. First of all, what is a recession? Okay. A recession is when the economy takes a serious dive on several fronts. For one, let's take a look at the job market. Okay. Whew, that's bad. Job market is terrible right now. Well, I take that back. There are a lot of jobs that are open right now, but what jobs are paying compared to what the cost of living and items are costing is way out of whack. So that's one of the things that contributes to a quote-unquote recession. Another thing that contributes to a recession is the unemployment rate. Yeah, the unemployment rate is bouncing back. A lot of people lost their jobs, during the COVID crisis, and we still have a COVID crisis, but a lot of people lost their jobs and things like that. So a lot of jobs suffer, especially what we consider non-essential jobs. Now the question is your job essential? There are a few careers and industry that are considered essential, which means they are going to have to continue no matter what goes on. Okay, the medical industry. You're always going to need doctors and nurses and pharmacists and people like that. So that's pretty much, you're pretty much protected, from a recession if you're in the medical field. Law enforcement. I mean, come on, let's face it. If times get bad, crimes go up. So therefore, you're always going to need law enforcement officers, people who are in the law enforcement type of area. So police officers, sheriff, deputies, security personnel, things like that. They're pretty much protected when it comes to recession. Some government jobs, not all, very few government jobs. People who work at courts, courts and things like that. There's always going to be courts because there's always going to be crime. So those are careers that are protected in a recession. Now, and of course, the trucking and transportation and freight industry. That more than anything is 100% insulated and protected against recession. Why? Because everybody needs their products, goods, services. The country was shut down if trucks were not running. The country was shut down if people could not get their food, if people could not get their medicine, if people could not get the clothes that they go to the stores to buy, if people could not buy cars because they didn't have, cars were not being delivered, parts and all that type of stuff. So everything depends on the trucking industry. Now, and I'm in the trucking industry. I've been in the trucking industry for now going on 8 years now. And it has done extremely well for me and by me and my family. Okay? But we're going to talk about that a little bit later on. But let's talk about, are you ready for what comes with the recession? All right. I want y'all to understand something. Hard times are coming. Hear me when I tell you this. I usually make certain predictions, but I'm not a prophet or anything like that, so don't go off saying, oh, he prophesied. No, I'm not prophesizing. I just take a look at trends and what's going on in the country when it comes to economics, what the trends are, what's going on, around the country, financially. And I have a good track record of being able to see what's coming and kind of warn people about what they should be doing and how they need to prepare in order to weather the storm, so to speak. And I'm here to tell y'all right now that the recession is already here. Okay, look, fuel prices sky high. Okay, there are certain things that contribute to that. Okay, the current war that's going on between Russia and what's the other country over there? I can't think of the name of the country. Don't y'all get mad at me because I can't think of the name of the country. I just can't think of it right now. I'm having a brain cramp. But that current war is putting a strain on our fuel and oil supply. Okay, so that's why fuel prices are sky high right now. When was the last time y'all saw fuel that was $4, $5, $6 a gallon? In California, it's high as $8, $9, $10 a gallon. So fuel prices are skyrocketing right now. People can't afford to put fuel in the cars. The things you buy at the store, goods, items, clothes, food, just your basic necessities and things like that, it's gone way up. It's 3 times more expensive. People can't afford to go and buy just regular stuff. I mean, milk, eggs, bacon, meat, hamburger, stuff like that. People just can't afford to buy that stuff anymore the way they used to. This is all signs of a recession. And on top of all of that, jobs are not paying, they're not keeping up with inflation. They're not keeping up with paying you what you're worth or paying you what you need to be paid in order to weather a recession. Other factors, rent. Have y'all noticed how high rent is now? Rent is through the roof now. I mean, thank God I'm buying a house, and I bought my house back when the rates were like 2.75%, because I'm in a fixed rate, so I'm stuck at that 2.75%, and that's, my God, what a blessing. Because I was just looking at some of the stuff in the housing market. This house that we paid $280,000 for, the rates now are roughly close to 5 to 5.25% now. So that means instead of paying the little $1,900 a month that I'm paying now, I would have been paying almost $2,900 a month, almost $3,000 a month for the same house. Can you all imagine? Well, some of you all don't have to imagine. Rent is sky high. I mean, I had bought a condo a while back, and thank God I still have it, and I still rent it out. But that condo, which is a 4-bedroom, 4-bath one, that I rent out for $1,300 per month, is 1,600 square feet, and that's what I rent it out for right now. It's $1,300 a month. But the market for that condo and other places around it in the same complex for the same size is $2,600 a month. 1,600 square foot, 4-bedroom and 4-bath condo. The 3 bedrooms are going for around $2,300, $2,100 a month. So rent is way out of whack right now as far as what it costs to rent a 2-bedroom, or even a 1-bedroom is almost $1,000 a month here in Tallahassee. So that's what it means to be in a recession, when your money no longer goes far enough to take care of your needs. And ladies and gentlemen, we are in a recession. Make no mistake about it. And a lot of you are not prepared for the big blunt of it. Now, we're in the beginning part of the recession, so the blunt of it hasn't hit yet. And when the blunt hits, trust me, you're going to know it. You are going to know it. You are going to feel it. A lot of you are going to lose your jobs. Because a job in a recession is not worth anything. Because here's what's going to happen. A lot of these non-essential jobs that we just spoke on, these essential type jobs. Jobs that are guaranteed to be around, things that are guaranteed to make money no matter what. Because everybody needs those things. Medical profession, doctors, nurses, pharmacists, drug companies, things like that. If you work in any of those places, you're good. You're good, okay? If you're in law enforcement, you're good. Because when times get bad, crime goes up, okay? And you're gonna need law enforcement. So if you're in law enforcement or any type of security work or anything like that, you are good. You're safe during a recession, okay? law enforcement, medical, court system. Anybody working in the legal industry, courts, lawyers, clerks, judges, things like that. That's going to be, say, you're good. And of course, if you work in corrections, that's still part of law enforcement. Corrections, you are good. And above all else, the trucking and freight industry is good. Why? Because nothing stops the trucking and freight industry. If you look around you, everything you see, everything you touch, everything you use and wear, the glasses that are on my face, it helps me see, the watch that I use to tell time with, the very clothes that I use to clothe my body, the house that I live in, and everything in it, including the cup and the coffee and the condiments that went into this good coffee here that I'm drinking. All this comes on the back of a truck. There is nothing in this country that does not come on the back of a truck before it gets to its final destination. I don't care what it is, the very ground you walk on, pavement, the paint that goes in to paint the roads, the gravel, the street lights, the signs, everything comes on the back of a truck. So if you're in the trucking and freight industry, along with medical, along with law enforcement, along with corrections, along with the court systems and things like that, you're good. You're good. But the rest of you, you're in trouble. Okay, I hate to tell you that you are in trouble. All right, and this is how it's going to go. They're going to start laying off people. People are going to start being laid off. Jobs are going to start just drying up. Different companies and stuff that are small businesses, they're going to go under because they can't afford to keep the doors open. That's going to happen. It's going to happen. We are in a recession, people. It is going to happen. Mark my words on it. A lot of you work for these small companies like little stores and stuff at the mall, little shops and stuff around town and stuff like that, stuff that's not considered non-essential, stuff like, lawn care and stuff, this and that. Unless you have your own lawn care business, even that's going to suffer because people are not going to have the money to pay for these other things that they normally would have done, like paying to get their lawn done, paying to get this done, paying to get that done. That stuff's going to dry up. It's gonna hit. It's gonna hurt. A lot of these small companies that employ, 15, 20, 30, 40, maybe 50 people, they're gonna be hurt. They're not gonna be able to stay open. A lot of restaurants. If you work for a restaurant, in the food industry, that's gonna pretty much dry up too. For the most part, there's gonna be a lot of small restaurants that are not gonna be able to survive this coming recession. They're not gonna be able to do it. Because people are not going to have the money to go out and eat like they normally would do. Therefore, they're not going to have any clientele and the customers. They can't keep the doors open. So they're going to start letting people go. Now the question is, who are they going to let go? Okay? There's a rule when it comes to running your business. Last to come, first to go. That's the rule. The last people you hire are the first people you let go. You don't let go of your long-term people to keep people you just hired new people. So those of you who have switched jobs here lately, and you think, well, I switched jobs, I'm making more money, it's great. Woo! Watch out. Look over your shoulder. Because the recession is coming. And when that comes, I don't care how great that job is, I don't care how much money they're paying you. If you were last to come, you were first to go. That's just how it is. That's the rule. Last to come, first to go. So those of you who switched jobs within the last year or two and got a new job within the last year or two, I'm just saying look out, because your days could be numbered. Okay? And finding another job is going to be very difficult during a recession. Now, does that mean that those of you who have long-term positions, been in a job for 10, 15, 20 years, are you safe? Not really, because it's not guaranteed that that job is going to be around. Because remember, if you're working for some of these independent firms and companies and things like that that are out there now, you're going to be hurting. Real estate, if people don't have the money, they can't buy new houses. They can't buy houses. So that means most of the stuff that's associated in those markets, that's going to hurt too. Okay, convenience stores, that's really going to hurt. People that don't have the money to pay for convenience. Grocery store chains, Walmart, Albertsons, Costco's, Sam's, Pub, all these places like that, Piggly Wiggly's, or whatever your favorite grocery store is. If you work in those grocery stores, there's a good chance you're probably going to get laid off if you're not there, if you're not one of those long-term people who've been there for a very long time. And if it's just a mom and pop grocery store, my God, I hope they've saved up and I hope they can weather this coming recession. Recession is the worst word you ever want to hear when it comes to economics. Okay? That's why everyone is so keyed in on and they're so concerned when they hear people on the news and all these news broadcasters and politicians are talking about the R word. The little nasty R word. That's recession. Okay? Recession is the next step before depression. Okay? You definitely don't want to be in depression, but you don't want to be in a recession either. Recession and depression. Those. All right, there we go. But it's those issue words that seem to be bad out of the country. Any word that has an issue on it, recession, depression, they seem to be bad. But not even to make light of the situation. But there is something that you all can do to avoid being caught up in, quote unquote, the recession. Okay? Look, get yourself a side hustle. Okay? It doesn't have to be in the trucking industry. I know I promote learning how to dispatch freight from home. The reason why I promote that is because it has consistently earned me more than $100,000 a year every year that I've been in, including the very first year. I have students that I train on how to dispatch freight from home. They make, on average, more than $100,000 a year. Average around $150,000 to $176,000 a year. Because all you need is 5 owner-operators signed up to you as a dispatch agreement for you to find them good paying freight. And I show you all how to do that just about every single day on YouTube. So you can go to my YouTube channel if you want to watch and see how that's done. I put out a video yesterday that kind of shows how that's done and how to use load boards and things like that. Dispatching freight from home is the ultimate side hustle. It is the ultimate home-based business. Because there are not very many home-based or any type of business really that is recession-proof. All this multi-level marketing crap that y'all are doing, that's not recession-proof. That depends on you going out and convincing someone else that they can convince someone else, that they can convince someone else, they can convince someone else to sign up and pay money on a monthly basis to belong to a network marketing network. That's how you make your money. That's not going to last during a recession. It barely lasts during good times. Why? Because about 90% of people who get involved in it don't make any money because they can't convince other people to spend money to get into it as well. So this multi-level marketing stuff, if you're associated with anything that has to do with multi-level marketing, do yourself a favor. Get yourself a real side hustle. Okay? Get yourself a real side hustle. It doesn't have to be in the trucking industry. I recommend the trucking industry. I recommend freight and trucking and logistics because it is truly about the only type of career, the only industry that is 100% recession proof because nothing stops trucking. Drive around sometime. See all those trucks you see out on the road? With every semi-truck with a trailer attached to it, someone got paid to arrange the shipment of that freight. Everything that you see in your house, anything that you can reach out and touch right now, anything that you see right now, came on the back of a truck. So what does that tell you? That tells you that trucking and freight is going to be around no matter what comes. No matter how the economy goes. No matter how bad things get, you can always depend on the trucking and freight industry. Mark my word on that. Okay? Now, what I'm suggesting to you all is this. If you have a job, get yourself some type of side hustle. It doesn't really matter what it is. Just do something that is going to be considered recession-proof. Something that you can do on the side that's going to make you money to weather you through the storm. Because the storm is coming, y'all. It is a hurricane. The storm is coming. I'm telling you all right now. Don't come back on here and say, well, Cal, I wish you would have told me. You didn't tell. I told you. You just didn't listen. Some of you all are laughing right now. Okay, laugh on. But I'm going to have the last laugh. They laughed at me. All right. They laughed at me when I was homeless. When I told them I was going to start my business, I'm from a homeless shelter. I ain't homeless no more. And I haven't worked at JOB in the last 8 years. Okay? I've been dispatching freight from home, earning on average $200,000 to $250,000 a year. This year has actually been my best year when everybody else seems not to be making money When everybody else seems to be losing their job, when other jobs seem not to be paying what they need to be paying, dispatching freight from home is paying me over $300,000 this year. And most of my students are earning well over $100,000. Doing what? Dispatching freight from home. Look, there are some things out there that you can do that's going to help you to survive the oncoming recession, to survive and weather this oncoming storm. But there's not very many things out there that will afford you the ability to do so without having to put a whole lot into it, like dispatching freight from home will. Yes, you can go in and start dabbling in the stock market. That's like gambling. You win some, you lose some. If you can't afford to lose $1,000, don't invest $1,000. Okay, simple as that. Because sure enough, if you get in the stock market, you're gonna lose some money. You're gonna make some money, but you're also gonna lose some money too. And if you can't stomach that, don't go anywhere near it. It's just not for you. Okay? Yeah, you can start a little home business, doing hair, on the side. Women gonna get their hair done. I don't care how broke they is. They gonna get their hair done. All right, that's a good place to start. If you got that skill and you can do hair and stuff like this and that, start doing your advertising now. Start doing your social media posts now about you doing hair. Put some of your work up. Invest. Go to Alabama. Get some cheap hair products or whatever case you got to do to make that happen for you. Okay. If you do nails and all that type of stuff, that's good too, because like I said, women are gonna get that stuff done. I don't care how broke they are. Plain and simple. That's something that y'all just ain't gonna give up. I don't care what comes hell or high water. You're gonna find a way to get that hair done. You're gonna find a way to get them nails done. You're gonna find a way to keep yourself looking good. Okay? Men on the other hand, we'll cut our own hair. I cut my own hair. I go in and get the clip like this. I don't go to the barber no more because I figured out that a dollar saved is a dollar made. And that $15, $20 that's spent at the barber twice a week or once a week, man, that's a few $1,000s a year that can go back in my pocket. Bought myself a whole clipper set, get in that mirror and just shave it off. That's what I do. Okay? But women are gonna spend money on keeping their hair done, keeping their nails done, keeping themselves beautiful. That's just the nature of a woman. And thank God they are that way. Because us as men who still prefer women love beautiful women. Okay? So don't change, y'all. Don't change what you're doing. If we gotta spend it to make sure y'all get your hair done, make sure you get your nails done, we'll find a way to come up with it. Okay, that's just how we're built. So if you're in those type of professions, if you have a good knack for cooking good food, start your own little food service business or whatever the case may be. Something that's very inexpensive that you can do from your home, where people can just drive by, pick up a plate or two, and go on about their business. Because these restaurants and stuff, that overhead is going to kill them during a recession. And people still want good food. They still don't want to eat. Okay? They'll find a way to pay for that type of stuff. But for the most part, those are the things that you're probably that you can do on the side that's going to help you through a recession. Now, lawn care and stuff like that, those are good side hustles and they're good businesses. But can they survive a recession? If people don't have the money to pay for lawn care, they got to cut the yard themselves. Okay? Trust me on that. If they can afford that $120, $200 a week or $140 a week or whatever they're paying you to come by and cut their lawn once a week or whatever the case may be, they'll give that up and they'll cut the grass themselves, or they'll just let the grass grow until they can afford to get it cut. But those are things that are not going to be able to survive a recession. If you really want to survive a recession, if you really want to thrive in spite of the recession, if you still want to make over $100,000 a year, no matter what the economy is doing, you need to take a look at the trucking and freight industry. Trust me on that. Y'all see me come on here every single day, every single week. I talk about trucking. I got a YouTube channel. I got several websites. I do all types of training on Thursday nights, on Saturdays, on Sundays, and we've got a new training session for those people who are getting their own RBBS and Logistics Learning Center. We even have a vocational school now, where we're teaching people how to either dispatch freight from home or broker freight from home. because that's a recession-proof industry. No matter what goes on, no matter what goes on, hear me when I tell you all this. It does not matter what the economy is doing. It does not matter what other countries are doing when it comes to war and all this other stuff. It does not matter what the gas prices are. It does not matter what the housing market is doing, what the rates are doing. It does not matter what the rent is going up or down. The trucking and freight industry is always going to be around. The trucking and freight industry is always going to thrive. And if you have not been up on what the trucking and freight industry can do for you, you need to wake up. Really, you need to wake up. A lot of you are sleeping on the trucking and freight industry, and you really need to wake up. Now, if you want to learn more about how you can become a dispatcher and dispatch freight from home, want to learn more about how to start your own dispatch firm, look us up. The RBBS Logistics Learning Center. I have it here underneath this slide. I'll put the link in where you all can go and sign up and enroll in our online training. Now, we have two ways that you can learn this. You can go to our vocational school, attended here in Tallahassee, Florida, but that's $7,500 for the tuition. Because we have instructors that we have to pay. We pay them each $25,000 each for a 2-week course. We have 4 instructors per class, so we have to pay them. We have a lease we have to pay, very expensive lease that we have to pay also too. I have to pay for the hotel accommodations, the meals, the travel accommodations, all that stuff, that's included in the tuition. So attending the school is rather expensive. We're working on getting sponsorship from the VA and from Workforce Plus, Job Source One, food stamps and things like that, where they will pay to send their people to our vocational school. So we're working on getting those accreditation so we can get that done, so we can now get the government funding so they can pay to send a lot of you all to our vocational school. Why would they do this? Because it's going to get you all off those government programs. Because a dispatcher on average earns about $70,000 to $190,000 per year. Freight brokers earn on average from $150,000 to about $300,000 per year. Some a little bit less, some a lot more, but that's about the mid-range, the average for both those careers. It's not hard to earn well over $100,000 a year dispatching freight from home. It's not. I've shown you all how easy it is. I do it every single day. Okay? My students do it every single day. Okay? So it's not that hard to earn $100,000+ a year dispatching freight from home and never have to worry about a recession. I haven't worked at JOB in 8 years. This is what I do. Get up about 5 in the morning. I call my carriers who are up to see where they're at, to see if they need a load. The ones that need a load, I start looking for them freight. Go to the load boards, I find them good paying freight. I call the brokers at about 6:30, 7 a.m., confirm those loads. They send me the confirmation over in form of a rate form, a rate confirmation form. I forward that over to my carriers, they sign it, they send it back, they send it over to the broker, they are now dispatched. They go pick that load up, they deliver that load, they send me the receipt. That's called a BOL, bill of lading. I take that receipt, I send it over to the broker sends it over to his funding company, which is called factoring. They factor the load, they cut the checks, pay the carrier, I invoice the carrier pays me 10% of the load fee. That's it, man. That's dispatching freight. 5 carriers, on average, can earn you about $150,000 to $170,000 a year. Dispatching freight with just 5 carriers. That's owner operators. That's people who drive and run their own truck. Okay? I have students that have 15, 20, 30, 40, 50 carriers that they dispatch with. My dispatch firm has been dispatching since 2017, and we have we have on average about 317 carriers that we dispatch for every single week. So not only can this be a great side hustle, it can build into a very profitable business. Look, click the link below. I'm going to go ahead and finish this up, and I'm going to put the links down below for you all who want to, if you're interested in learning how to dispatch freight from home. You can enroll into our online training platform, which is only $349.95 on your enrollment fee plus tax, and it's just $39.95 per month to access your back office tools, resources, training, and support. Why? Because we're going to supply you with more than 100 load boards, so you don't have to pay for load board access. We're going to supply you with access to more than 19 million plus shippers, so you don't have to pay for any type of shipper list. We're going to supply you with access to every registered owner-operator in the United States, so you don't have to sign up and pay for any owner-operator locator sites. We're also going to provide you access to our logistics library that has every word, phrase, and term ever used in trucking. You're also going to get access to our live training that happens every Thursday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we broadcast that live on YouTube every Thursday night, and those live meetings are held on our Zoom meeting link every Thursday night from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we teach you how to use all our tools and resources, teach you how to find freight, teach you how to contact carriers and get them contracted under your dispatch agreement. We provide you with scripts on what to say to owner-operators to get them to sign up to your dispatch agreement, scripts on what to say to shippers to get them to start sending you their load list every day. We provide you with all your documents, contracts, and your agreement forms. That's all in your back office site. Everything you're going to need to run your dispatch firm, including a sample dispatch agreement and a carrier profile form. You also get access to our logistics library that has every word, phrase, and term that we use in trucking, so you know exactly what you're talking about when you call up these people who are within the industry. And all of this you can do right from your home, from your living room, from your laptop computer, from your desktop computer. No need to worry about a recession. No need to worry about a recession. Because when you're making $3, $4, $5, $6, $7, even $10,000 a week or more, who cares what the economy is doing? Doesn't affect you. What the economy has done over the last 8 years has not affected me one bit. I just keep doing what I'm doing. My students, same thing. They keep doing what they're doing. And I started from a homeless shelter. Yeah, there was a time when I used to worry about, not having things and how am I going to make money, how am I going to put a roof over my head, how am I going to feed myself, how am I going to take care of my family. I don't worry about that anymore. Because I don't have a job. I created my own job. And you can do the same thing. Whether it's dispatching freight or something else, you can do the same thing. Look, if you all need some advice on how to start your own business, or specifically on how to start your own dispatch firm, give me a call, 866-973-6445, extension 0, or whoever you get, just ask for the owner. That would be me, Calvin Butler. I'll be happy to speak with you. Okay, give me a call. I'll be happy to speak with you, whether it's about dispatching freight, whether it's about just starting your own business. If I can give you any advice that can help you to get over the hump, help you to get started, to help you to start taking action, because the best time and the best place to start, people ask me this all the time, well, this is not the right time for me to start. What's the best time for me to start? I don't know when the right time for me to start. You know the best time to start? The best time to start is start where you at. That's the best time to start. That's the best time and place to start, is where you're at. Wherever you're at right now, whatever you're doing right now is the best time for you to start. Okay? So if you're waiting for that perfect time, it ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen. Start where you're at, people. Because the recession is coming. In fact, it's already here. It just hasn't affected all of you yet, but it will. This has been Calvin Butler with the RBBS Logistics Learning Center. I wish all of you all the best of luck in the world, and I hope you all take my advice and start something outside of a job. Okay? Because I don't want to see you all wind up like I used to be, homeless. Y'all have a great day. Bye, everybody.